Hi and welcome to this video about DOS programming. The emulator used here is DOSBox. Now this is a redo of earlier video which had so many views, but here's the mount command, DOSBox. Now obviously you type in whatever you need to there, and go to C, which is the hard drive in this case, and CD ASIC, which is a basic compiler with it's a subset of a basic language. In computer programming, BASIC, an acronym which stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, is a family of high-level programming languages designed to be easy to use. So I'll go to the ASIC editor here and type in print hello world, and go to file, save as, hello, compile it, exit, type in hello, and there's the program running doing something trivial. But here's a less trivial program. It's written by I don't know who half the people are who write these programs, but this one's quite nice because what it attempts to do is it teaches you programming while doing a bit of programming yourself. And we'll put on the decimal maths and the extended maths and compile. And there's about 600 lines of code, so it's too much for me to cover in a 15-minute tutorial. But we'll go to run the program here and say P for print, enter. Rudy was here, and there's a syntax for doing that in BASIC. So this little program could teach you a lot about this sort of thing, but I'll go to quit here. And here's something interesting about this particular software package. You press F1 again, and it's all the keywords with the logic described within the thing in it. It actually refers to asic.doc, which is a complete book about the IDE. So I'll go to open something else here. PacPel. Now I know I showed this in the last tutorial, but it's quite a nice little game that's just sort of been whipped up by some guy who happened to have a bit of knowledge. Run the program to, and it's got these little sound effects in the background as well. They sort of sound like twips, but it's a Pac-Man clone which doesn't have any walls, and the ghosts just sort of follow you around the screen. As far as modern day gamers, they might think this is kind of boring, but this is what we played back in the day. Escape, quit, file, exit, CD, and that's enough. Okay, in this next part of the tutorial, I'll be showing you Pascal, Turbo Pascal. Pascal is an influential imperative and procedural language designed in 1968 to 9, published in 1970 by Nicholas Wirth as a small and efficient language intended to encourage good programming practices using structured programming and data structuring. So, CD Turbo Pascal 302. Now you can get this compiler from my website, of course. It's completely free now, because it was profitable a long time ago. Turbo. I always include the error messages, work file, uh, hello, E for edit, and then program hello, uh, semicolon, that's the name of the program, begin, uh, right line, open parenthesis, open single quote, hello world, uh, close quote, close parenthesis, and a semicolon to indicate the end of the instruction, end, uh, and Control K and D to exit the editor, C to compile, R to run, and there it is. There's Pascal running the Hello World program. Now we'll have a look at some other stuff here. Work file, yeah, save that. Calend, compile, run. 35, N. So that's a crude calendar program. Now we'll have a look at something different here. Work file, file IO, C for compile option. Compile options O, C for compile, and then quit, and then say C to compile, and it makes an executable. It's ones and zeros based on the source code. And work file list, C to compile, and it does that. Q to quit, file IO, rudy.txt, one text, two something else, exit. Now list rudy.txt, and it shows that you're writing files to the disk and reading them from the disk. So CD. In the next part of the tutorial, I'll be showing you C, which it's a language that was developed by Dennis Ritchie, who worked for Bell Labs during the early 1970s. C 201. Now I'll get the directory listing using DOS. The idea of DOS was taken from CP/M by Tim Patterson, and eventually Microsoft bought the idea and they developed DOS further after that. So yeah. Now I'll make a new program. Standard IO.header, main, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, open curly brace, the printf function, hello world, and end curly brace. So we go to file and save. Hello, yes. Go to the compile menu, compile the object, compile the executable, link it, success, so it's all good. file, quit. Now if I type in hello, it should say hello world. Alright, so we'll go back to Turbo C here, the IDE, file, directory, so we can see some files here, just any of them. Running average.c, compile, make exe, link exe, file, quit, run, average. So 1998, let's say baby's born on that date. 2001, and the last child was born on 2008. So the average is 2002. Minus 1 to quit. TC. Alright, we're going to have a look at a game here. This is pretty interesting. Load Hanoi 16. It's a nice little puzzle game. It's quite long actually. This is the source code here, so it's like, what is it, 1,000 lines long. Go to the compile menu, compile it, make an exe, link it, file, quit. So Hanoi 16, and there's the usage notes. Hanoi 16, 12, 50. So here's Towers of Hanoi doing a demo of gameplay. It would take 4,095 moves to move one disc. Now you can't put, the rules of the game are you can't put a smaller disc under a larger disc, and you can only move one disc at a time, and the goal of the game is to move them from the leftmost peg to the rightmost peg. Okay, so I'll hit escape, and F3 will make it 3 pegs, delay of 50, and we'll see it getting solved virtually straight away. There'll be a little bit of shuffling around, and then the game should sort itself out. So the last couple of discs moved here, and that's the last move right there. Seven moves. Okay, some text I'd recommend would be an introduction to the Art and Science of Programming Turbo Pascal edition by Walter J. Savage. Great comprehensive book. And of course ANSI C Made Easy by Herbert Schilt.